The Industrial Revolution was a time period roughly between the years 1760 and 1840 where a new manufacturing process was built and put into place around the world. This transition really helped shape the modern world as we see it today. Due to this transition, the global economy was greatly affected in a positive manner from inventions making use of modern technology. Many important machines were created during this time period, making life more efficient by letting the machines do more work in as little time as possible. An example of a machine that had a major impact on the world as we see it today is the computer. Computers are widely used today by billions of people across the world. This is evidence that the computer had a huge positive impact on society. When computers were first introduced to the global market around the 1970s, there were definitely many people excited for what the machine might bring in terms of improving things in their life. It was really hard to get your hands on a computer because there wasn't much supply and the cost was really high. There was also a massive shortage of these machines when they were first released. Over time, more and more advanced technology was created and the cost was brought down. People were able to afford these computers and use them to make their lives easier. Today, computers all around us are slowly evolving into something bigger. In the future, companies will go towards utilizing the potential of artificial intelligence in day-to-day activities such as safety, education, and healthcare. These are great and important things to look forward to in the future. The original idea of a machine that computes large amounts of information and does work much faster than humans was a concept that was visualized by its first design in the early 19th century. Many people at the time thought this to be an unrealistic thing that could not function due to the lack of major scientific developments at the time. Over the course of many decades, scientists such as Charles Babbage began to experiment with the construction of the machine and eventually developed a working model in the year 1822. This was a huge jump in technology as it proved many people wrong. Many similar models of computers were built afterwards, slowly developing the components for a functioning machine. During World War II, these machines were used for an extremely important purpose, which was to make calculations on the enemy's weapon trajectory. Scientists then had been using them by hand and calculating the formulas, and the machine allowed for them to get more work done in a significantly less amount of time. The first digital screen computer was made in the 1970s and was available on the market to sell to individuals. Today we have advanced digital computers which can compute a large amount of things that were thought to never be possible several years ago. The original idea of a machine that computes large amounts of information was seen as unrealistic, as explained before. The evolution that occurred during this time period changed everyone's perspective on the topic. With modern technology that computers are utilizing, it is clear that people see the benefits of these machines. A huge part of the success of computers comes from the fact that so many career opportunities were created at a super fast rate. As more jobs were created, the unemployment rate across the world drastically changed for the better. A huge part of the successful impact that computers have brought comes from the fact that there are many career opportunities created at a super fast rate. As more jobs were created, the unemployment rate across the world drastically changed for the better. Companies who utilized these machines got their work done in a more efficient way, which was better for everyone overall. With most people using machines as often as they do, the machine has connected people all over the world, making communication easier. As a result, this brings people closer together, not to mention the fact that it makes everyone's lives easier in so many different ways. Computers also have a really good positive impact on the environmental scale. Before, everyone had many computers for different purposes such as personal and business use. People had to use materials such as paper beforehand, which had a huge global contribution to the environment's impact. When people would use paper in large amounts for everyday use, more trees had to be cut down to accommodate the usage of this precious resource. Ever since computers had evolved enough to where people had them in their household and business center, everything from documents, files, and reports were all digitized. This led to a huge decrease in paper usage, meaning that less trees had to be cut down overall, making a great positive impact on the environment. As expressed, computers have impacted the way society runs in major ways. These machines have allowed for maximum efficiency when it comes to doing things in people's everyday lives. The computer can definitely be seen as a major positive in terms of how it benefits people all over the world due to its efficiency in doing large amounts of work in a very short time span.